Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? It's 4 past 12, so I'm going to say good afternoon. I'm not sure if it's actually afternoon yet, but hey, how are you doing? I am very low on energy today, so I'm not feeling so great for various reasons. But I wanted to at least do a little bit of a sprinting thing because I haven't done it in a while, in a few weeks, and I really wanted to do that today. I actually am planning on doing one on Monday as well, but I'll have to see because I'm working on Saturday, so I think that maybe I will be. Uh, so maybe it will be. So maybe I'll see. Anyway, okay, I'm going to have a look at my setup for the reading sprint, and I was thinking of doing 30 minutes readings today, and or is that too little? Maybe I should do 40 minutes. 40 minutes for the sprints. Hi, Hermit. How are you doing? It's good to see you. I hope everything is going well with you. And hi, Livia. I know that Livia is also streaming. I'll put the link to Livia's stream in the chat. and just have to find it. um, so I will share Livia's stream in the chat. Copy for everybody to go and if anyone want to do like a sprint hop. Hello, Renee. How are you doing? Um, Renee is feeling a bit tired on her period. Yeah, that's also the thing with me. Some people say that when you're like 50, you don't have your period anymore. I beg to differ. Mine is very regular. I have a very strange, or not strange, but my cyclus is not the 4 weeks that everybody else has. Mine is 3.5 weeks. Uh, so, yay, lucky me. But normally for me, it's just like the first day that is, or like first, second day, depends on what time of day it starts, that I feel really tired. And it actually affected me more now that I'm older than when I was younger. Apparently that is also very, very common, that you can get like a heavier flow, more pain, things like that. I don't feel pain, fortunately. I can feel uncomfortable, but not pain. Never had any pain ever. Uh, so Renee says tired and not painfully. Yeah, so it's the same with me. I don't have any pain. So what are you people reading today? As you can see, I am currently reading When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. For me, this is a recommendation. I actually I don't really do recommendations all that much, but When the Moon Hatched, which is a brick of a book, by the way. I think it's like 700 something pages, according to Storygraph. But I'm reading it on my Kobo, so fortunately I don't have to like worry about should I be laying on my back reading, and if I then lose the book and it smacks me in the face, I'll not get like several kilos of book in my face. So that's also a thing. Renee says, my period has varied. Some months pain, some months more tiredness. Yeah, I think that's also very common. I mean, it's very, very variable how everyone gets, like everybody who menstruate, how they get their periods. It differs a lot. Yeah, so I was going to say about the moon and When the Moon Hatched. It was recommended to me by Hermit, so it is going to be quite interesting to see if I also like this. And I think the cover is so beautiful. Renee is reading Alcatraz and the Knights of Crystalia. That sounds like a fantasy book. I'm very much in like fantasy reading mood at the moment, so I'm very glad that I picked up the When the Moon Hatched. I actually got it on sale on Kobo. I actually saw it when I was in Gothenburg, in one of the bookshops, and I was like, it looks gorgeous, but it's such a brick. So, and it has like some illustration, like maps and stuff, so I think that makes it even thicker, but yeah. Big book. Hermit says, I'm reading for a collab project today, so I can't share what I'm reading but I have to do a video clip first. That's fair enough. I'm also reading the Headspace Guide to Mindfulness and Meditation. That's another book that I'm currently reading. I also picked up Human Acts by Han Kang, the Nobel Prize winner, because I normally really like her books. I read the first book by her I read was The Vegetarian. I read it a few years ago, and I really liked it, so I picked up a few other books, and I think it's is it called Greek lessons in English? It's called Lektioner i Gresk in Norwegians. That's probably my favorite so far. So I picked up Human Acts, and I think it's going to be a really good read, interesting read. But in the very beginning, there's like a very there's like descriptions of dead bodies, and they're really descriptive. So I'm just going to put it down for now and pick it up later. Renee says it's a Brandon Sanderson middle grade series. Oh, yeah, I heard he does like a lot of different things. Uh, I really should get back to reading the Storm archives. The Storm archives, yeah. I read the Way of Kings several years ago. I think I read it back in 2018, 2017, around then. So it's been a good while since I read it. But I'm not going to reread it because it's too much of a break. It's over 1,000 pages, I think. Um, and I don't really reread a lot of books unless it's uh, something very close to my heart or something like that. And with series, it's really hard to reread because there's so many books. So there's that. So I think I'm actually think for the first sprint I'm going to actually continue reading my meditation book, and I think I'll also do a bit of meditation. Because I do meditate every day. It's very important to me. And I'm also doing like a meditation and mindfulness teacher training. So I think that's my plan for this first sprint. Herman says, Eek, I read The Way of Kings twice last year. Well done. But I think you read a lot more than I do. You read like over 100 books a year, I think, Kermit, don't you? I for sure don't. I read, I think I read 50 to 70 books normally in a year. I've had years I read less as well. There was like one year I think I read like 24 books. And it's still fine. It's not about the numbers anyway, especially when you have years where you read like really thick books, you're bound to read less. Or not less, but like less books. Um, but you probably read just as much, like thinking about like number of pages. Um, uh, my nose is itchy. Right now, I do not have a drink. That's a thought. I do not have anything drinkable at the moment. That's also a thing I should actually fix during the sprint. But I think I'll do the meditation and then the reading after. Should I read first, meditate first? I'll meditate first, and then I'll make a cup of tea and read. That's a really good plan, isn't it? Herman says, read it for the first time for spite. For spite. Really? Loved and needed to reread it at a slower pace. Yeah, that's fair. It's a break. There's a lot going on. But I remember really enjoying it. But yeah, oh, excuse me. Oh, who would have thought that I actually slept until I woke up this morning? Oh, of course you wake up by myself. But yeah, if you're wondering, I have today off because I am working on Saturday. Um, So, I think we are going to go into the first sprint very shortly. Hermit said, it doesn't matter how much we read, and I wish we could stop judging each other on how much or how little we read. Oh, I absolutely agree. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many pages or how many books or what we read. I think it's like, as long as you read what you enjoy and at your own pace, it's all good. Um, so we have all different lifestyles and hobbies. That is very true. I have days I read less than other days, but I also think it's for me it's about like it's so many ways you can like prioritize reading without getting it in the way of your hobbies. But that of course, I think that if you read 20 books a year, that is more than the average person anyway. Um Lydia is asking, how are you liking When the Moon Hatched? I don't know yet. Just started reading it yesterday. I haven't gotten very far. I read 2%. I'm not judging a book by reading it for 2%. So reading it on my Kobo. So yes, that being said, let's go into the first sprint. It's going to be 40 minutes, and I hope to see you on the other side of the sprint. Welcome back. Hello. How did everybody's sprint go? What did you do? Did you read anything? I made myself a pot of tea because I think it's like a pot tea kind of day. Um, I was talking before the sprint. I was talking about feeling a little bit off because I'm on my period. It's like it started yesterday, but it's like the first full day, if that makes sense. It's like the heavy day for me. Um, and fortunately, I have the day off from work since I'm working on Saturday, but I think it's like a pot of tea kind of day. Mm, Actually, I have this tea called Penguin, penguin tea, which is a black tea, and it has like blue flowers. So it's kind of a little bit of a floral kind of tea, which I actually don't drink that often, and I tend to like more spicy teas. So I think I might actually add some spices to it. Maybe some cloves and cardamom. I'll see. No cinnamon for me though. I'm allergic to cinnamon. Mm, I have a mumming mug, of course, and this is a larger one. So I most of my mumming mugs are fairly small, so I just use them for coffee. But this is big enough for tea. Um, though I wouldn't mind having like a huge mug, teacup. The only problem with those are that the tea gets cold very quickly unless you drink constantly. So hello, Jenny. How are you doing? It's good to see you. What are you doing? What are you reading? So also before the sprint, we talked a little bit about judging people for the amount they read, and how that is not okay. And Hermit says we shouldn't judge ourselves either, and I totally agree. I see people say I only read a lot. Yeah, that is very true. Um, I mean, we read what we read. It's fine. I think as long as you read, what does it matter? Uh, of course, there are ways to read more, as I mentioned earlier, that like to read in the queue if you're like waiting for something in a cafe, if you're in a cafe alone. But to me, that is like just pure bliss. Going to a cafe, just me and my book, cup of coffee, maybe a piece of pie, and just sit there and read and enjoy myself. Love that. I think that's like I don't know if it's like an introvert thing, but I absolutely I love spending time on my own with my cup of tea. Fortunately, my partner is the same. Not necessarily like sit in a cafe and read, but like spend time on their own. So that's good. And hi, Ben, how are you? Ben is popping in to say hi while on a break from work. How everyone is good. How are you, Ben? You might not be around right now. I hope you're okay. And Jenny says hi to Ben. So Jenny says, I've been plodding through the six Far Reaches short books. Three are now finished and now on to four. Oh, very well done. That's excellent. So I don't know those books. Are they horror books? So I ended up meditating. Um, I kind of kind of wonder if that's something I should do. It's like just I'll have another sprint for sure, and another chat. But I'm not sure if I'm up to do a longer session today. Um, I might just like take it easy and like easy on myself because I'm not feeling so well or not so great. So I'm not sure. Hmm. Mm, And there's science fiction. Oh, nice. I like science fiction. That's bleh. Can't talk. I like science fiction. That's what I was going to say. Yep, I love fantasy, science fiction, and horror are my favorite genres. I read everything really, but and it kind of swings with my mood and stuff. Right now, I'm very much in a fantasy mood. Um, so that's why I picked up When the Moon Hatched. I was also I'm also kind of wanting to reread Lord of the Rings because I haven't read Lord of the Rings for a very long time. Mm, so there's that. Mm, my I just have to mention my edition of Lord of the Rings is a set of 7 books, which might sound strange, but so you have like the first book is 2 books, the second book is 2 books, and then the third book is 2 books, and then there's like a whole book just for the appendix. Um, so so yeah, I know there's a lot of people who like reread Lord of the Rings every year. Um, I'm not one of them, as much as I love the books. I'm also thinking of rereading The Hobbit again. Mm, That might be like a project if I do, like start with rereading The Hobbit and then go on to Lord of the Rings. I also have some Tolkien books that I haven't read yet, and I kind of want to get around to them as well. So I then had to go and come back. That's fine. How are you finding your new job thing? Is it going all right? I hope you're doing well. Like new old job sort of, or promotion. It's probably the more correct word, I guess. Lydia says, I'm reading Anne of Green Gables and I'm loving it. Like I loved it when I read it for this first time. Yeah, I reread Anne of Green Gables, Green Gables, a few years back. And I hadn't actually read it since I was in my 20s. I read them. I loved them as a kid. It was like among my favorite. It's like Anne of Green Gables and all like the Anne of Avonlea, the whole Anne series books. They were like among my favorites as a kid. And I reread Anne of Green Gables a few years back. And that was actually the first time I read them in the original English. I've previously only read them in Norwegian translation. And I was surprised that I don't enjoy them so much. That was very cool. So Jenny says, yeah, I reread Silmarillion, Hobbit, and Lord of the Rings every year. Oh, very cool. They are my comfort reads. Oh, I can totally get that. I only read the Silmarillion. I've only read Silmarillion once, but I've actually really liked it. As I read, if you've read Children of Húrin, it kind of, I think when I read Children of Húrin, it kind of reminded me of Silmarillion, and I really liked that. So then, then saying I'm trying to swear off. Oh, sorry, yeah, swear off violence. How is that going for you? Have you set anything on fire yet? I hope it's going. Okay. And then Livia says hi to Ben, and Ben waves. Jenny says, children, no, it's that kind of day, isn't it? Children are hurting and cry emoji. Yeah, but it's so beautiful. Mm. But yeah, I have a library to set up. I still haven't done my library. I know it's very bad. Uh, I've only been here for like a year and a half now and still haven't managed to get around to uh, do the library. I should do that in not too long, I hope. Uh, so Livia says, I'm reading it in Italian, the same book I had at 10 years old. Oh, that's so cool. I actually think I still have the book that I had at 10 when, as a child as well. And now I realized my computer is connected to my work Teams or my work Microsoft thing because I use Teams for a meeting on Sunday. And I forgot to totally turn off uh, Teams. So now it's blinking, blumping. So I'm going to kill that process. There we go. Hopefully it'll leave me in peace. I'm not at work, not looking at work stuff. I'm kind of thinking about people who have like their work email on their phone and they have the notification turned on and they check it like even though they're like not at work, they're on holidays, whatever, they like just reply to the emails even though like they're working, not working. And I think that is very bad for you. If you're not working, you should be like off work. As much as I love my job, I think I have a really, really good job. Uh, I still don't want to deal with work when I have time off. When I have time off, when I'm not at work, I need to do other things. I need to concentrate on me and my life and the people around me, things like that. Vences, not yet getting there at high speed. Yeah. uh, oh, goodness me. Yeah. Mm. I just realized something with the chat. I normally put timestamps on the chat because it makes it easier for me to uh, to, 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 to keep track in a way. So I'm wondering if I can switch that now. Let's have a look, and customize. Where is that? Where do I do that? Where do I fix? Where do I fix that? Also, timestamps is on. Oh, that's very odd. Have to do a little bit of a tricksy stuff here. Okay. Uh, why isn't the timestamps showing on the screen? Can anyone answer me that? Does anyone know? It's very strange. Jenny says, I'm off all this week. So far, only one interruption from work, and that was yesterday. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I just trying to turn everything off. So Teams is my arch nemesis when I'm not at work. So I have actually put it on Do Not Disturb between 4 p.m. and 8 a.m. so that is only active between 8 and 4 because that's my work hours on weekdays. Otherwise, it's supposed to be on silent. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Yeah, so normally put it on do not disturb because I really don't want TUB here, like work to like interrupt me. Um, so yeah, so I try to be good at that. Hey, very low on energy today, really, and I also ran out of tea. My mug is empty. Oh no, I thought it was empty. It's not empty. Mm. Once I finish this cup of tea, I think it's time to go into another sprint. And I think I'll pick up When the Moon Hatched for this one. Or should I? I should probably continue. Yeah, I'm very, I don't really know. The thing is that I'm reading the meditation book on the Kobo Unlimited. So I think I'm actually so I think I need to go back to read that. Oh, yep. Um, so I only have it for as long as I have the Kobo Plus, not Kobo Unlimited, Kobo Plus. So, so I think I need to read it while I have it because I've canceled it. I don't think I can justify the price for how little I use it. Um, it's actually cheaper for me just to buy the books I read on Kobo. Because I do have it connected to Libby, so I can read Libby books in my Kobo, and that's free, so it's much cheaper. Mm. Right, that was my tea. I think that's the sign to go into another sprint, and it's another 40 minutes, and I will see you on the other end. Bye. Hello, hello. How did the sprint go? What did you do? I read. I'm not sure how much. It's not a quick read, but I think I'm about 47 or 48% into the book now, which is really good. Mm, tea is good for you, just saying. Mm, what do they usually say? Mm, remember to hydrate. Click that like button. Can't speak. Uh, anyway, ring that bell. Anyway, um, hello, Elmo. How are you doing? Good to see you. Jenny says hello to Elmo, and Elmo says hello to Jenny. And then I posted a link to my coffee account. So that's kind of a link where you can just give me a tip. It's like a tipping service. If you want to buy me a coffee, and we can pretend we're having coffee together or tea. Hermit says, I made a read along for Malice on Storygraph, and anyone wants to read, and then posted the link. So you find the link to that in the chat. Hi, Andy. How are you doing? Good to see you here. What you up to today? Are you writing anything new and exciting, or are you working on something you've been working on for a while? Jenny says, almost finished book 4. Oh, you're really plowing through those books, aren't you? Very well done. And hi, Sarah. How are you doing? What are you up to today? Are you writing? Are you reading? Doing something else? Hermit says, I did a few tasks and I had a brain dump. Ooh, that sounds very productive. I read a little bit slowly and drank my tea. I ended up book shopping. I'm not supposed to book shop. But I really like this book. I really, really like this book. So I decided that I wanted to actually buy a physical copy of it. So yeah, so this Kobo Plus thing seems to be getting really expensive for me. I had a free trial in December, so at least there's that. So I read like some stuff in December that I actually used it for, so that's at least something. And Dennis says they're all really short. Each book is average of 50 pages, but it's still a book. It's still a book. So yeah, and Hermit says I will buy you a coffee on payday. If not, it's okay, Hermit. If you don't have the means to do it, that's fine. Of course, it's not like a requirement at all. But I do really appreciate it. I'm actually currently working on getting my own profile avatar thing for my profile on YouTube and Instagram. And I'm working on commissioning that to an artist. I actually looked on Etsy where I could find some that I wouldn't say they're like dead cheap, but or they're not expensive, but they're not dead cheap either. But they all look like AI generated. And it also said, oh, the clearer the picture, the better your picture will be. And I was like thinking, if you need a really clear picture to make something, that means it's AI. And I'd rather pay a little bit more and have it commissioned by a proper artist. So that's what I am working on. So I'll talk about that at some point, I guess. But there's a artist that I really like. Her style is really gorgeous, in my opinion. I really like it. So if I'm able to pull that off, I've gotten a prize for it, and it wasn't unreasonable at all, in my opinion, because it's art. So that's exciting. And Sarah says I'm working on book 4. Oh, well done. I'm a bit stuck, so I'm reverse outlining in hopes that will help figuring things out. So you're like the gardener sort of writer, or are you like the pantser? So the pantser are those who really plan out like everything on beforehand, and the gardener are those who just like write and go with the flow, basically. So what kind of writer are you? Uh, the times I've been writing, I'm very much like a gardener. I don't, I I don't. I'm horrible at planning stories. Um, so Hermit says it's probably the closest to being able to have coffee together we will get anytime soon. Yeah, I wish I could go to Britain, but or England, but I currently I don't have the time and money and stuff like that to do it. We're actually going to Ireland in March because we haven't been there since Christmas 2023. So it's been over a year since we were in Ireland, and we really need to go there to see family and things like that. Elmo says, "Hi, I'm totally a gardener." That's fair. It's. I know it's so different how people work. It's very fascinating. Um, but I haven't been writing in ages. Though I'm hoping I will be able to do some more writing at some point. Though it's not something I'm prioritizing at the moment, since I'm doing the meditation and mindfulness teacher training. I think I need to focus on that rather than the writing. And then once I've done that, and once I get like into things some more, a bit more, get some things sorted, I think I'll have the headspace to actually write. Uh, Elmo says, occasionally I find I write something that can make sense for the overall story. Oh, that's really good. Renee says, hi, did some errands. Oh, well done. Those are good to have done. I have not done anything like, what do you say, useful, other than reading and meditating. It's useful. It's useful. But I haven't done like any chores or any such things. I actually do need to do some laundry today. Or, yeah, I need to. Uh, so, not my favorite thing to do. I also did some laundry during weekend because I've have put it off. I with laundry, I keep putting it off as long as I can. So I do my laundry maybe once or twice a month. Twice a month probably. And yeah, not my favorite thing to do at all. So uh, Sarah says, I'm more of a pantser. I'm outline first, but if you think of it like a map, it's the most direct route. And I always take side trips while writing, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think a lot of people have like, they make like an outline, and then you just like put in like points, and then you kind of work how to get to those points, and then you go like, does that make sense? Like up and down and up and down, and yeah. I was a very strange way of describing it, but I think you're kind of, that's basically what you're saying. Elmo says, I didn't know a girl in uni who would plan to the nines. Oh, really? Should have family trees for every character that go back for several generations, all color coded. It was I was a bit fearful of her. That's I can understand that, but it's very. I think it's like very admirable in many ways to be able to write like that. Um, but I think it's just like, I don't think it really matters how you do it. It's the result that matters. Um, so I have some projects that I started on, and I did a NaNoWriMo when we still did run NaNoWriMo. I did that in 2016, that I had one that I managed to, when the first time I won NaNoWriMo, I also one NaNoWriMo in 2019. I don't do NaNoWriMo anymore for reasons. Uh, so I'm thinking of that 2016. I think that's something I did. I was kind of thinking I might not pick it up again, but I might pick it up even so. Um, but it'll be like totally different, of course. But I have a vague IG. My biggest problem with that, though, is that I don't know if I have it, the story, if I still have it somewhere. I thought I did, but I haven't been able to. But I have a very old computer, so I need to look up and see if I can find it. So there's that. I actually have an external drive somewhere, and so it might be on that, but it also might not. Not best, but we'll see. We'll see. It's not, if it's gone, it's gone. It's not the end of the world. Renee says, I'd like to do the things I need to do, and then I can do what I want to with good conscience. Yeah. Whatever is workable for you, Renee. However you feel like it, it's fine. It's good. I think it's important to just like acknowledge that people are different and things work differently from different people, and that's fine. You get the word I tried to write. Oh yeah, conscience. I did. It's not hard to understand. Also went to a secondhand store. Ooh, that's nice. I love secondhand shops. I absolutely love them. They're brilliant. I love having, especially books, especially book secondhand shops, um, or bookshops with secondhand departments, and it's so good. I There's one in London called Scoob Books, which is brilliant. In and Sligo on the west coast of Ireland, there is one called the Book Mart, which I absolutely love. And there's also like the Chapters in Dublin, which has a big section with secondhand books, and I just love browsing there. I can use the whole day. And my partner can actually confirm this as someone who's been with me. Though fortunately, my partner is also a reader, so it's not a big problem. Renee says, bought a gift for my nephew, turns 3 in March, a bit early, but hey, why not? Yeah, why? If you found something that you thought was fitting, it's brilliant. Then it's dealt with. You don't have to think about it anymore. And you manage to get it secondhand, even better. I love secondhand gifts. They're brilliant. I actually managed to get some really good gifts by buying them secondhand. I could never have afforded those things if they weren't secondhand. It could be like just like from Finn or Ties or like online. And sometimes I find really good stuff for myself secondhand. There are those places as well. So that's cool. So I am wondering whether to do another sprint or not, or if I should just end it. As I said at the beginning, I'm not feeling on top, and I don't have a lot of energy, and streaming is actually requires quite a lot of energy. You might have not have guessed it, but it's actually quite tiring. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I should do another sprint. Should we do another sprint? What do you think? Yes or no? Thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. Let me know. Hermit says, I prefer secondhand and homemade gifts. Yeah, Absolutely agree. Um, they they're really good. I um I got like actually I know that my partner's sibling bought me a book secondhand, and that was really good. I also found when we were in Ireland last time for Christmas, I found a poetry book for my partner's sibling. Um, as a gift. And apparently that was like the perfect gift. It was like it really hit home. And it was, I would never have found that book in a regular bookshop. I don't think. I think it's like there's like a lot of like really really good gifts like treasures. You'll find them in secondhand books shops. Ah, Renee says thumbs down. Okay. Hermit says, I'm here if you do another sprint, but if you need to rest, you should. I should have done that yesterday. Yeah. You were sprinting for how long yesterday? Was it very long? You sprinted yesterday, didn't you? Or am I misremembering that? I think you sprinted yesterday. Like my memory can be really rambly. Um, and Rena says, yeah, that's also something I love about secondhand. Yes, the treasures, absolutely. Yeah. The treasures you can find, yeah. Um, and the hermit says 7.5 hours yesterday. Oh, that's a long time to be sprinting, isn't it? That must have been exhausting. I'm also, as I said, I am planning on streaming on Monday because I'm taking the day off, unpaid leave. Um, so since I am doing that. Let's see. So that will be 11 CET on Monday. That's 10 o'clock UK time. That's pretty much what I can do in my head. I can't do the American times. I can't calculate them like super easily. Um, So, Hermit says, I usually sprint on Mondays and Thursdays. So you remembered right. Yeah. I know you do it Thursdays, and I was actually planning on doing it on Thursday, but I had to shuffle things around with work. And unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to join your sprint on Thursday, Hermit, because I have so many things going on at work. First, I think we're doing a meet. First, we have a meeting, and then there's another meeting. Or maybe I'll be able to do it, actually. Though I'm not sure how much, because I'm also probably on desk, I think. I think I'm on desk on Thursday. I usually am. Though I can't remember. And I can't be bothered to look it up right now. And Renee says also depends on where you live and the states what time it is. Yeah, as I said, American time zones. I can't be bothered really to calculate them. People should do it like how they want. Uh, and it also depends on like whether it's like daylight saving time, all those kind of things. There's so many things that it depends on. I think there 4 time zones in the US, I think. Hermit says, no worries. Well, I hope to catch some of it, Hermit, because I enjoy your streams. Though it feels kind of, I often have to just have it like on air. I can't like be very active all the time because of work. So I'm linking to my next stream on Monday. So that is 10 o'clock UK time. And then uh, Hermit says, I'm usually fine during sprints and then energy crashes as soon as I'm off camera. But yesterday I did really struggle. Yeah. I think it was because I was feeling worried about my number being down and numbers being down. Might that be because of December? Because December is like normally a really slow month for YouTube. I think you're writing something else as well. So I'm just waiting for you, you to finish your sentences. And not knowing if it was because of the Americans not having a great day yesterday or if it was because I was floppy on Thursday. Floppy? Were you floppy on Thursday? I think I attended at least parts of your sprint on Thursday, though I was ill, so I don't remember how much I managed to catch because I had a fever and things like that. So Renee says, nah, probably was Trump. Floppy hyper. Oh, were you hyper? I can't remember you being hyper. I don't really. I just think you're a lovely person, so it doesn't really matter what kind of energy level you have. Renee says, heard many people logged off for the week. Oh, really? Yeah, also being hyper is no big deal. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't really, that's fine. It's okay. You're good. You're good here, Hermit. We love you. Because of Trump. Yeah, I understand it's because of Trump, because it was like taken into office yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. It's understandable. I was thinking of maybe I liked taking like social media breaks, and I was debating whether to do it in February or not. But if I am going to do it, I need to kind of pre-make a few videos and stuff so that it's posted while I'm like on my break, if that makes sense. Actually, something I might do. Uh, I was thinking of maybe like gaming on stream, but I don't think I'll do that today either. Even though I have a game going, so I could just continue that, but I don't know. No, no more streaming. I'm going to end after this. I'm just going to end. I'm going to go and start my laundry. That's what I need to do, like pick up things and shove them into the washing machine. I think the hardest bit of the laundry is hanging the clothes up on the line. That's the most boring part. But it has have to be done. It has to be done. So yeah, guess this is a good time as any to stop for today. Thank you for joining. Please don't remind me on laundry. I've been ignoring mine. Yeah, you know, Jenny, sometimes I just hope that by ignoring it, it just goes away. But it's like when you start running out of clean stuff, you kind of realize that, okay, so I just have to do it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been ignoring mine for too long. So I just need to do it. I just have to do it. If I'm going to have any clean clothes, I need to do my laundry. So Renee says, true, remembering to hang the clothes up. Yeah. It's a chore. It's a chore for sure. The chore is a chore. Imagine that. Anyway, I'm going to end this up. Thank you so much for stopping by. It has been lovely to have you here. And I hope to see you in my next sprint, which will be Monday morning. And until then, Have a lovely day. I'll catch you wherever, whenever. Bye.